Bienvenidos! Welcome to Lingo Mag, a channel for English speakers who want to learn Spanish in a fun and interactive way. Today we are going to learn the time, la hora, and specifically telling the time, decir la hora. If you're learning Spanish, please subscribe to the channel. There will be new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Empecemos. Let's start with the very basic thing that we need in order to tell the time, and that is a clock or a watch. In Spanish, it's the same word, and it's el reloj. El reloj. So remember, it's the same whether it's on the wall or on your wrist. It's always el reloj. The question, what time is it, is ¿qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? I'll repeat it again. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? And the question is pretty much always the same. Now, let's start looking at the clock, reloj, and see the different times and places within it. O'clock is en punto. O'clock is en punto. So in this case, ¿qué hora es? Son las 2 en punto. Son las 2 en punto. So the first two words are pretty much always the same to answer the question. Son las. And then we just add whichever number it is. Las 2, las 3, las 7. And in case it's o'clock, we'll just say en punto. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 2 en punto. Half past would be y media. Y media. So the sentence, fortunately, is built very similarly. So it's not too hard. If I ask you here, ¿qué hora es? Son las 2 y media. Son las 2 y media. So as you can see, the first part of the sentence is exactly the same, whether it's half past or o'clock. Son las 2 en punto or son las 2 y media. Now, we're going to divide our clock, and if the time is here on the right, we're going to use the word and, which in Spanish is pronounced y. Y. That's very simple. If it's on the other side, on the left half of the clock, we're going to read the word minus, and that is menos. Menos. It sounds confusing now, but we'll get there. It won't be so difficult. Quarters are y cuarto, if it's on the right side, y cuarto. And if it's on the other half, on the left half, it would be menos cuarto. Menos cuarto. And the first part of the sentence remains the same. So in this example, ¿qué hora es? Son las 2 y cuarto. Son las 2 y cuarto. Now, if we are on the other half on the clock, ¿qué hora es? Son las 2 menos cuarto. Son las 2 menos cuarto. So far we have o'clock en punto, half past y media, and quarters, y cuarto or menos cuarto. Let's do a bit of practice. Práctica. Práctica. I'll ask you the question, ¿qué hora es? And I'll show you a clock, reloj. Now, it's your turn to think about it. I'll give you a few seconds and then I'll show you the answer. If you need more time to think about the answer, you can always pause the video and then play it again. Let's get started. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 3 en punto. Son las 3 en punto. Another one. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 7 en punto. Son las 7 en punto. Another one. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 5:30. Son las 5:30. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 10:30. Son las 10:30. And here, ¿qué hora es? Son las 11:15. Son las 11:15. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 5 menos cuarto. Son las 5 menos cuarto. Great. Now, let's go back to our clock because we're missing all the other numbers in between, the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9. This is not too difficult as it's just read the same way as it would be in English. So you'll just read the name of the numbers. 5, 10, 20, 25. And just like we did with the quarter, if we are on the right or half of the clock, we're going to read y 5, y 10, y cuarto, y 20, y 25. If we are on the left half of the clock, we'll do exactly the same, but we'll use the word menos. Menos 25, menos 20, menos cuarto, menos 10, menos 5. Let's look at an example. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 2:25. Son las 2:25. Another example. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 12:05. Son las 12:05. Another one. ¿Qué hora es? Here we are on the other side, on the other half of the clock. Son las 4 menos 10. Son las 4 menos 10. Another example. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 7 menos 20. Son las 7 menos 20. Now, let's do a bit more practice now that we know all the other numbers. Práctica. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 4:05. Son las 4:05. Let's do another one. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 7:10. Son las 7:10. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 6 menos 5. Son las 6 menos 5. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 11 menos 20. Son las 11 menos 20. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 10 menos 10. Son las 10 menos 10. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 10:15. Son las 10:15. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 11:30. Son las 11:30. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 4 en punto. Son las 4 en punto. Here you could also say son las 4. So if you're in an informal conversation, which is most likely when you will actually have to tell the time, it would be totally fine to just say son las 4. The exception, la excepción, la excepción. There is one number that is read differently. So, ¿qué hora es? Son las 12:15. This is what we've learned so far, and it works most of the times, except for one. Number 1, when it's like it's 1 p.m. or it's 1:15 or past 1, this one is read as a singular number, es. Es. So, son is the plural of the verb to be in present, and all the numbers from 2 to 12 are read as a plural, son. The only one that's different is number 1. The rest of the sentence is exactly the same. The only thing that changes is the first verb. So, for example, es la 1:15. Es la 1 menos 10. Es la 1 en punto. If you'd like to get some free extra online practice, you can head over to my website, lingomag.com. There you will find an exercise I've prepared to help learn and further practice this topic. The particular link to this video's exercise will be listed in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hasta pronto!